Hi, hello, it's me again, Marina. I'm 60 and I live in Sweden. So a few weeks ago, some weeks ago, I got a request from a subscriber to show what brushes I use. Now she was asking for brushes for mature skin, and I don't know if there is brushes for mature skin, to be honest. So I'm just gonna show you what I use. I don't have a lot of brushes if I compare to myself to what I've seen other people have, that is hundreds of brushes. But I guess I have more than an average person. And of course, of all of the brushes I have, there is a few that I use a lot. So I really don't think you need a lot of brushes. A few with different purposes, of course, face brushes, eye brushes, and they need to be different depending on what you do and what you want to create. There was a time in my life years and years ago when I basically had one brush, eyeshadow brush, and that's it. I don't even think I had a face brush. And I use that brush for everything. And I don't even want to think about how my looks turned out back then. But hey ho. So I have 3 of these. They look like this. These are metallic. They're made for pens, I think, and I want to change them because they make a lot of noise. So here is my Artitude brushes. These are just random brushes for different brands in these two. So I've divided them in bigger brushes and in between brushes, not that big brushes. So, but this is one brand, so that this is all types of brushes. And then I have this. This is also by brand. So here I have some Oden's eye brushes and some Beauty Bay brushes. And they're also different types. This is my, in the middle here is my Kaleidos and some Technique brushes. I never use them. And this is my Jessup brushes that I bought off AliExpress, I think it was, or some cheap place. They are okay. And then I have my Linda Hallberg brushes and brushes from this one, from it's called it's called Färg. I don't know if you can see. Does it? Färg is color in Swedish, and it's the makeup brand that the school that I had my MUA education in had. I think she sold it by now, but it's their brushes. Yeah, and then I have this is brushes from Blush Tribe, or was it Meali Beauty? I don't remember. I basically never use them because they don't speak to me, and I don't know why I bought them. They were on sale and they're too big. And also my Juvia's Place brushes. And this is brushes from MSQ, also cheaper brushes from, I think it was AliExpress as well, or maybe also not Amazon. I never buy anything from Amazon, but hey ho, they are actually absolutely okay to use. So that's my eye brushes. And I have this pot, or whatever you call it, flower pot, with my face brushes that I barely ever use. So this is from Juvia's Place. I have Artitude Cosmetics. Those are really good. These are also Artitude Cosmetics. And BH Cosmetics brushes. Yeah, so these are clean brushes. All of those are clean brushes. And then I have a jar where I put all my brushes that I've used. So they are in here. So these are the ones I basically use. They are in here all the time, and I wash them and put them back even though they're clean, because I know I will use them again. This is my favorite powder blush. It's from Färg, as I told you. And my bronzer blush is from Technique. I use that one all the time. And this is my highlighter brush. This is some unknown brand that I don't even know what it is or where I got it from. Highlighter. Yeah, and some other brushes, my lip brush, and this is cheap from Temu. They are nail brushes, but I use them for when I do my lines sometimes. Yeah, so I will do a look and I will talk you through, if I can, as best as I can. I'm not used to doing these type of videos. Talk you through what brushes I use. And I also have this one that I hate double-ended brushes. I do not like them because they're so difficult to store. You can't put them in a jar like that because you will ruin one end, dusty. But I use, and this one I don't use, but I use that one as I like it as a blush brush. It's from Odensai, so it's here. And then I have a little thingy where just random dirty stuff is on. This little plate my daughter made for me when she was a kid in school, and it has a, I will tip these things off, it has a M and she said back then that it stands for either Mother or Marina, whichever I like, so it can be both. So I have my sponge that I use for foundation, my powder puff, Linda Hallberg. I use this every single day. I have a couple of them, so when one is dirty I throw them in the washing machine. My pen sharpener, and this is a little jar that I have water in when I do my water activated eyeliners. It's a little container where we have teeny tiny little screws in my job. I work with really teeny tiny screws putting glasses together. So when one was empty, I have a couple of them. I brought one home because it's perfect amount. You can get a perfect amount of water in it when you need to do an eyeliner. So yeah, that's it. And I have my brow thingy, spoolie, and my brow. I will go through that. Yeah, so I also have some brushes just in front of me here that I recently washed. These are basically the ones I use every single day. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So I prepared my face. Sorry, I need to fix this a little bit. Yeah, so, and I'm going to do a look with the new palette from Nomad Cosmetics, Keys, Beachy and Peachy. I love this one. It's so, I want to be in here. It's so summery, and yeah, I can hear the music. Beach Boys, what's it called? Key Largo, da, 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 da. I'm sorry I can't sing. I don't remember the lyrics either, but it's so, yeah. So I will start with the Sunset Celebration, that one. And sometimes when I do, depending what result I want, I use this brush. This is a fluffy brush, a bit wider, from Artitude Cosmetics. I think there's a lot of brands that have this type of brush, and if I want the color to be a bit spread out and not so, oh, I don't know how to explain this in English, and maybe not that intense, I can use this one, but of course you can always build it up. But so I use it when I'm fluffing things here, and sometimes when I want more blended out color here over the whole crease and a bit up on my brow bone, I use this one. If I want the color to be a bit more kept together, or how should I describe it, I use a more this is also a brush that I use a lot for just packing it on, is kind of stamping, and you get a more precise placement. But now I want it to be a little bit spread out, so I'm just fluffing around with the brush. Like so. So, and at first I basically place my shadows, and then I go through them with different brushes to blend it all together, or whatever I want to do. So that's that. And in my outer corner, my favorite brush to use, and I actually have two of these, is from MAC, and this is a 217S brush. It's pretty big, and I always press it like so on my brow bone, against the brow bone. And if I don't want the shadows to end up that high up, I use something like this that looks like this. It's basically almost the same shape, but a very big difference in size. So I'm taking the purple matte called Key West, and these are two colors that are really not that blendable, so they are on the opposite side of the color wheel. So we'll see how this goes. Or is that one pink enough? So maybe it works. I don't know. Maybe they're not on the opposite side. I shouldn't talk about that because I'm not good at things like that. You know, the color wheel thingy. So I'm just basically just pressing the shadow on with this brush, trying not to take it too high up because I want the reddish pinky one to show up above it. So we're just placing the shadows right now. And a favorite brush of mine, I will get to that one later on. This one is, the brush is called Turquoise. It's because this is brushes from BH Cosmetics, and they are from the, you know, the Birthstone collection, these ones. And the brushes, there are 12 brushes, and they all have this same names as the palettes. So this is the turquoise one. This is a rounded one, and I use it to just stamp on shadows. I will go with the, I think, I don't know, I think I will use the Key Lime Pie, that one. Or should I? Or should I take, I don't know if I've used that one. Yeah, I will do that. Key Lime Pie. I've used it, but the blue one, Sea Meets Sky, I kind of want to use that one as well. So I'm just stamping on slightly above my crease. And then this one doesn't make the shadow be as spread out as this brush does. I'm leaving a gap here because I'm thinking I want another shadow there. I will take, not that I think it's the best color combination, I don't know, but I haven't used it yet, so I will take the Shipwreck Trail. I don't think I've used it, or have I? Yes, I have. I think I've used all the shadows in here, basically. Never mind. So I'm cleaning this the same brush. And I will take the Shipwreck Trail. And I will kind of, this doesn't either blend with the green that well. So I will just place them next to each other. Yeah, and I'm going back to the sunset celebration. I'm always a bit, you know, back and forth, jumping between the shadows, because when I'm looking at myself, I say, oh, there, I have missed that, and oh, I've missed that, and I need to go back and fix it immediately. Yeah. So my favorite brush to use when I want to kind of blend out a harsh line up here is this one. This is basically the only one I've used from the brush collection I have of these brushes, the Juvia's Place I Live I Love collection. So I use this one basically every day, and I'm just gonna place it on the edges of the shadow and just rub it, basically blend. Or in between the shadows to make the lines not so harsh, or the what do you say, edges? No. Yeah. And I'm gonna cut my crease, and I have two brushes for that, and one of them is actually a brush that is made for cut crease, or is it? No, I don't know. This was a gift with purchase from P. Louise, and it says on the handle, oh, what a treat my base brushes is. What a treat, it's almost gone. What a treat my base brush is. Or I have this one. This is some random brand, I don't know what it is or where I got it from. But I like this one a bit better because it's more rounded and a bit wider, or you say this one is more slim. So I mostly use this one. And now I'm gonna take my cut crease canvas, and I'm just taking whatever is on this thingy, and I just stamp like in a half circle, because I, for the most part, or always does half cut creases like so, because I like the shape of the brush, makes it easier to create that half circle thingy. messy. Okay, so that's it. And what shimmers to use? I think I will use I don't know. So hard. I don't want to take the green shimmer in here because it will kind of, because I have already green in there, I want something that contrasts to that. Okay, I will just go with the blue one, and it's called Come As You Are, that one. And for that I basically just use, well, it depends on the what is that called, consistency of the shadow, I don't know. No, I basically use one of these two. This one is the fluffy brush I showed you before, and this is a flat stiff brush. So depending on how the shadow feels, but today I will use this one, and if that doesn't work I'll take the stiff one. And I'm just, yeah, patting it on. Yeah, and I have a really cheap brush from a dollar store that I've had it for years and years and years, and this I only use to wipe away fallout with, nothing else. I bought this one when my interest of I always been interested, it's not that, but I haven't found out stuff yet. Like, so there was not a lot of fallout. Yeah, so what in my inner part? Maybe I should go with the green anyhow, even though I said I don't want to, because I would think it would fit well with the blue. I don't want to use the yellow because I don't want to look like the Swedish flag, and I don't want to use a peachy one because I think it doesn't blend with that one, but hey ho. Or I will just simply have to go with the yellow one anyhow. I will be a bit of the Swedish flag. It's yellow and blue, for those of you who doesn't know. And cleaning my brush, because it's the same brush that I did put on the blue shimmer with, and it's called Conch Republic, that one. I have a feeling that this look is a lot like the first one I did. I don't remember what I did, but when I see this it feels like, haven't I already done this? Oh, I don't know. kind of mixing the shadows together. Yeah. Under my eyes. Do I need... No. Under my eyes, I basically have two brushes that I use, and it's either one of these. This is a flat angled brush from Nomad Cosmetics, and this gives you a more precise placement and a harsher line, you could say. And this one is really small. It's from Kaleidos. I wish I could buy another one of these, but I don't think these brushes exist anymore because I am scared that I will wear it out. So this is small enough to have under my eyes. I don't like to have shadows far down because it make me look even older. I'm wrinkly, and you know, it gets in the wrinkles. It doesn't look good. But it's you get a, what do you say, thinner, wider, further down. And I will take this one today, and I go back to the dark purple one called Key West. This one I can sometimes also use in the same way as I do with this, to blend things out between shadows sometimes. Now I change brush up all of a sudden. I'm always like this, and I do one thing and then, oh, I need to fix that and go back to... Okay, I will do that later. So for the rest of my under eye inner part, I will use the Key Largo, I think. And it looks like this. Yeah. So that's it. These are basically the brushes I use. Go back to that one a little bit. But I think basically you need to adapt your brushes to what you want to do, what you want to achieve. Because using a brush like this and try to under your eyes, for me it will end up way down here. I can't do that. I need a smaller brush. And if you want a more precise line, of course, a brush type like this is better. Yeah. So depending on what you want to achieve, you need to get the right brushes for exactly that. Okay, so for my face, I do not use a lot of face brushes, so I'm not sure if I don't even need to show you that, because my foundation is basically, I always use a sponge, because most of my foundation are liquid foundations. So I wet this one, damp sponge, and all over. I do not like to use my fingers for that, and I don't use a brush either. Right now I'm trying to pan my foundation from Makeup Store because I don't like it, and for that I use this one. I don't know if this is the right type of brush, but it works for me, and because this is not liquid. I can't take it with a sponge, and I don't want to use my fingers, so I just, and yeah. But of course you can, the typical, do I have one? This is what people used all the time before, years ago. I don't know if anyone uses these brushes anymore, but I don't, because I don't like them. Yeah, so but basically for me it's a sponge. And then my powder blush, no powder, my powder I dab on with this. You can say that I'm baking, because I like that. So I dip this one into my powder and I press it on, and then I take my powder brush to wipe the excess off. And then I use, for my bronzer, I take this one, as I said, and I just like this and all over the place. This is the only one I use for bronzer. And my blush, these are my two favorite brushes, as I showed you before. I have more, but these are the ones I use. And my highlighter, also, as I said before, I use this one, or I can sometimes also use that one, but I prefer this one. Yeah, and that's it for my face brushes. I do not have a lot of stuff. I don't use liquid stuff, you know. I have a few liquid blushes, for example, but I think they're difficult, and I'm having a hard time learning how to use it, so I'm not sure what brushes to use. But hey ho. Yeah, so I will get off camera and I will do my face, because otherwise this video will be very long. It's long enough already. So I'll come back to you. See you in a bit. So my look is done. I've been using the Keys Beachy and Peachy palette from Nomad Cosmetics, my new love. And I've been using that one. I need to look at myself. That one, and that one, that one, that one, and that one. I really love this palette. It's the gorgeous one ever in a long time. Yeah, so for the rest of my face I've used, I haven't prepared myself. My inner corner highlight is from this one. You've seen it a million times. It's the Love and Stars, a pinky one. Sugar Drizzle Polish on top of the mountain and beneath the stars highlighter palette. And my eyeliner, I found a really old one. I think I even revived it once with some Duraline from Inglot, a gel line, AMC eyeliner gel number 99. It's kind of a denim blue. It hardly shows up, so I don't know if that was the best choice, but it goes with that blue eyeshadow. And my mascara, Nordic Berry Volume Mascara from Lumene. My base from Kiko Milano Neutral Eye Base, and my brows are this one old thingy from Viva La Diva. I quite don't like it, but I prefer the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but since I've been sitting here for weeks when I've been sick, doing looks sometimes twice a day, I feel like I'm wasting it in a way. So use this one, save the other one for work and other times. Yeah, so my face is, where is it? Have you seen it 100 times already? Studio Foundation Beige from Makeup Store. My powder is Matte Your Selfie from Makeup Mecca setting powder. My bronzer is from my new cutie Catrice the Jungle Book face palette, and I've used the one called Sparring Partners. I don't know how to say it, that one. And my blush is Think Pink, that one, from Blame It on the Blush palette by Made by Mitchell. And my highlight of Cosmetics Pillow Talk, pinky one. And my lippy, L'Oreal Balmain in Freedom, a purple one, my favorite purple, I mean. Yeah, so that's it. So I forgot to tell you about this brush that I'm using sometimes, not always. This is a humongous brush. If you compare it to my powder blush, but I can't speak, powder brush. It basically covers half my face. And when I'm done with my face, I basically take this one and just all over the place like this to kind of squish everything together. Yeah, did I use a brush I haven't talked about? I don't think so. I'm thinking that is. So this is the brushes I've been using today on my eyes. Considering I only used to have one brush some years, oh, that's years and years ago, when I was like in my 20s. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this video gave something to you. Remember, you need to find what suits you, because we don't have all the same shape on your eyes and your face, and we don't like the same things. So whatever suits you is great. Yeah, close up. A bright, colorful look, and I love it. Oh, my phone almost fell off. I can show you something. Sometimes you have seen me make dots, and I just use these. These are dotting tools for nails. I just dip them into water activated liners and do dots wherever I want. Yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I could teach you something, or if not that you just had a fun time. So until I see you the next time, be careful, take care, bye bye.